I've been wanting to get into blacksmithing for the past few years. One of my friends actually had a blacksmith, or had an anvil, and he let me come over there and we tried to make a draw knife from a file, and we got pretty close. You know, he kind of taught me the basics. I know nothing about blacksmithing. It was definitely a humbling experience, and it shocked me how hot that metal gets. But don't worry for the guys who are interested in my flint knapping stuff, but this is really more of what I consider to be a chore or like a necessity for self-reliance in the modern era. What really inspired me to get back into this and chase this kind of little idea was I watched some guys in various parts of Africa, and they were kind of doing primitive type blacksmithing. The whole history of ironworking in the continent of Africa is very interesting because it seems to me that they went from straight stone to iron, and they didn't really have a bronze age or copper age. So I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I'm getting, is they just went straight to metal. And you can even look it up and see some of the Maasai warriors and stuff, and see them blacksmithing off of like a sledgehammer or any piece of scrap metal. You'll see a lot of guys kind of promote the idea that you can do a minimalistic blacksmithing setup, and they always say, oh, you can use a sledgehammer head or a railroad, I can't remember, rail that they misshape, they kind of shape it into a anvil-like shape. But the issue with that is people, first off, where do you get railroad track? I don't know where you get that. I guess you could probably go to a scrapyard, but even that's kind of like you're searching. But the people who are already selling the pre-made ones that they've made or they've inherited, they're selling them for as much as this costs brand new or more. I'm not about to pay $200, $170, $200 for some scrap metal that someone shaped into a triangle or an anvil-like shape, when I could just buy a steel cast 65-pound anvil that has a horn and is the Italian kind of is pig shape or whatever they call it. I was like, why? I know Harbor Freight's other anvils aren't that great, but this is cast steel. I've seen comparisons on YouTube. They've done the hardness test, they've done the rebound test with the ball bearing, and I'm not going to do all that in this video. I just want to kind of give you guys an update. But I'm excited to get this started. Now the biggest obstacles are finding a stand, finding a fuel. Are you going to do propane versus charcoal versus coal? What's best for me right now? Then, do I need a belt grinder or something, or a belt sander or whatever? And just doing the little stuff like, working the edges or dressing the anvil. And yeah, I'm excited. So anyways, this is kind of supposed to be an unboxing video. I'm making it kind of quick. Don't worry for those who are waiting on the bow video. I should be working on that in the next day or two. I've just been a little bit crunched with time with my schedule. Got to work a lot of days back to back to back. Don't have a lot of time to do a lot of the hobbies, sadly, right now. But I expect that to be short-lived. So I'll definitely start getting more days off. It's just going through this little rough patch at work. But anyways, enough talking. Let's cut open the box. Another thing that really inspired me to get into blacksmithing was the idea that it was like flint knapping, in the sense that you can turn an object that is kind of deemed as trash or not worth anything and make it into an object that's useful, has good function, and other people see value in. So from this, I can turn an old rusty file potentially into a knife or a draw knife, or you could even turn it into a little tomahawk. So I like that, and I always want tools. Like, I want a wood carving set, but I don't want to pay $60 for a spoon carving knife or whatever, when I can make it myself for better quality than stuff you can buy at the store or online. So this is what it looks like in the box. You can see the anvil. It's got that oil or something on it. I came prepared. I brought a few paper towels to wipe that off. Probably mineral oil of some sort. Let's see. Got a decent amount of cardboard. Trying to think the best way to. It's kind of in here awkwardly. Okay, so on the box, I'm sure all of y'all can go see this and pick this up at Harbor Freight, as that's where I got it, if you're not aware. I'm just trying to show off some of the specs that it shows. So it's made of cast steel, like I mentioned. It's got a 3/4 inch hardy hole and a 3/4 inch Pritchell hole. Not sure what the Pritchell hole these two are used for yet, but I'm sure with the Google search or two, I can figure it out pretty quick. It's got 50 square inch of face surface areas, which is what I liked. It's better than a railroad spike. And the dimensions, if you want to read them, like I said, it's got a 7-inch horn and 80% rebound, which I've seen some people claim that's a little bit more than that, but obviously it depends on the anvil you get. I've seen some people do tests on YouTube and they get 90% rebound, which is pretty impressive. Definitely saves your arm some muscle. And then, yep, this just shows the weight, material, horn length, face hardness, which is irrelevant to me because I don't have the tools to even test that. I believe the people I've watched already. If you really want a more in-depth review, I'd like to shout out maybe Christ-Centered Ironworks, and then there's I want to say Hickory Forge or Old Hickory Forge or Old Oak Forge or something. Look them up. I'll put a link to the bio. I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but they do pretty good. And then also Tennessee Voodoo Blacksmithing. I could be butchering these channel names, but these are guys I like to watch. So I'll mention them in the description because, they inspire me, so might as well give them some promo. But yeah, so let's get this box out the way. The reason why I bought this over, one of the, I don't even know how to say the brand, Akayo. Yeah, Akayo, they just came out with the new London pattern one. And the reason I bought this is I can see this in the store. I can look at it, I can look at the box, see if it's been damaged or someone's returned it before. There's actually one on top of this one that I could tell that someone had repackaged. And I'm gonna wipe off this mineral oil because it's a little bit excess right now. A little bit's good, too much is not. So it looks to be really decent. There's some kind of wear marks right here, but that's machining or leveling maybe. Let me get something. These holes are, from what I can tell, they're pretty good, pretty clean. I don't see anything that's off-centered or. Actually, this hardy hole could be cleaned up a little bit, but very slightly. If you have a little file or something that can get in there, it definitely could use it. This Pritchell hole is actually perfect. It might be a little bit of paint or something, but this one feels, it's like I said, this is very slight. I'm not going to return it for this. It looks about 3/4 of an inch all the way through, so time will tell when I actually use it and the way it's supposed to be used. But other than that, I can't see a whole lot. Like I said, there's kind of some finish errors, but I'm not too worried about that. Obviously, if you pay something, you want to get a good price, but this is a tool for me. It's going to be used. I'm not really worried about the appearance all that much. There's no real obvious nicks or something that I can feel. Just, you know, it's just got a little bit of machine finish. But I'm gonna go grab a ruler or something straight and put it in and see if it's level. I wish I had a actual level tool to see, but I'll do that and I'll shine a light. And yeah. So I couldn't find a ruler or anything, but these pieces of cardboard are pretty straight. So I'm just gonna put them here, and I'm looking at it from my angle, and there's no real gaps happening. I'm not seeing any gap kind of go through it, so it's pretty level. Obviously you can get a ruler or something true. That's a true 90-degree or 45-degree angle. True 90-degree angle, sorry. And then shine a light under it and see if there's any light escaping. But for me, it seems pretty level. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, there's some slight cosmetic defects, but it's an anvil. You're gonna be dinging on it, so I'm not worried about that. If you're worried about it, then by all means, you can take it back, put it back in the box, take it back. But it works for me. So yeah, this is all I got so far. I just wanted to show you guys the anvil. This horn's pretty round. There's no flat spots or anything. Obviously, like I said, I gotta dress this edge, and I just wanted to update you all on this purchase, and I'm proud of it. I'm happy with it. So, okay, I do want to specify that some of these little marks have cast, like a filling or weld in them right there. Like, it's kind of hard to see. You kind of see it. They're very small. Like, I think there's one right here, and maybe we did another one right there. But overall, it's probably nothing to really cry about. I just want to add this in as I kind of reflected on it. I have been doing a rebound test just to see, so I'm just going to drop it. So it's definitely adding a little bit of feels the same, pretty consistent all throughout here. It does get bad over here on the tail, as you can hear. So yeah, just be aware of that. Like, that's pretty bad. Like, this doesn't do anything. But yep, just wanted to add that in. And then I'm sure that supposedly the horn is pretty soft, but it's got a little bit of rebound too. So, and keep an eye out for the bow series videos, because they'll be out in the coming days or so after this. So yep, thank you for watching. Have a good day.